So now that Donald Trump's inauguration address and his speech is done, we see the Trump meme coin sitting at $41, and Melania's coin has dropped from $13 to $5, over a 60% decline over the past 13 hours. There are some major updates happening right now in the cryptocurrency market that I'm going to address in this video, and how Trump just created $75 billion in market value overnight, not with money printing, not with stocks or bonds, but with a cryptocurrency launch that will change the entire financial system. So here's what's really happening that we need to pay attention to, because if you thought what World Liberty Fi, what Trump, Melania are doing with their meme coins, wait until you see what happens over the next 24 hours. Just a few days ago was Gary Gensler's last full day, and now that Trump completely annihilated Gensler out of office, we're about to see the true potential for companies like Ripple, cryptocurrencies like XRP. So today we're getting into the XRP, the US dollar price chart. What's happening for Ripple all around Washington, D.C. that is absolutely massive. And my expectations for altcoins over the next few weeks, so we can all be ready to make the most amount of money possible. So comment 777 if you guys are feeling blessed. If you're feeling bullish, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to every single person out there right now. You guys are gonna love this video. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So before we dive into the total altcoin market cap, I just want to let you guys know that our upcoming event for Vegas is sold out. So there's no more tickets, but the event is in 5 days and 9 hours. And so you guys can still join Altcoin Pro University though, get access to online education to take your crypto game to the next level. We have 100+ expert curated classes, live weekly calls, daily market updates, and our global community to be able to connect and network with to grow your entire portfolio. And our research team is going to spot projects and share those with you guys as they pop up the rest of this year. Because if you missed the launch of Trump coin all the way back here, and let's say, for example, you got in late and you bought all the way upwards of $60 to $70, and it's sitting at $40 right now, and you're wondering, well, should I buy now, or is this project going to continue to go down further? These are all great questions, and these are some thoughts that the vast majority of not only Americans, but people all across the globe have, because right now Trump's meme coin is at an $8.49 billion market cap with the fully diluted at $42 billion. And I made a video yesterday talking about how trillions will be coming to the altcoin market. And also in a video about 2 days ago, we talked about insider wallets that turned hundreds to thousands of dollars into multi-millions of dollars with Trump's token and what projects they are looking at next. So you definitely want to check out both of those videos. But in this video, we need to discuss some of the major updates that are happening in the crypto market and what's next, because this is typical after a launch. I talked about this in the previous videos, and I prepared you guys for this because I talked about how eventually there'll be a major correction coming that's anywhere from 50, 60, 70, 80, yes, even 90%. And we're seeing the 60% correction right now on Melania's token, because obviously she's not the president, she's the first lady. And so eventually the buzz will wear off about Inauguration Day, and people are going to shift their focus over to other projects. It happens time and time again. And so for Trump, his meme coin, to sustain this launch, they need to stop launching other meme coins. It's exactly what Trump did with their NFT projects. He launched way too many NFTs and didn't just have one collection like Pudgy Penguins or the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they just keep launching new stuff. So for me personally, I'm not that bullish on these two meme coins right here, unless it's all they're focused on within the crypto space, but they just have so much going on because they're serial entrepreneurs. So what's going on right now? Let's discuss it, because on coinmarketcap.com, we see a new category pop up here, Made in USA. This is what I'm the most bullish on, is United States-based companies and cryptocurrencies like XRP that didn't just launch 24 hours ago and has buzz and hype around one specific day, one specific event. This cryptocurrency is going to be around long term. Then we see Solana as well too. Now, as you guys know, Solana's network was really congested during the launch of Melania's token. People couldn't get their orders in. They were complaining about slippage, all that different stuff. So Solana proved that it could not handle that amount of volume in a 24-hour period, whereas the XRP ledger, very, very fast, very, very cost effective and scalable for large transactions at massive scale. And then obviously obviously you got other companies out there like USDC, Circle, we got the meme coin Dogecoin, which Elon Musk is backing, Cardano with Charles Hoskinson, Chainlink, Avalanche, Stellar's XLM, Sui, Trump's meme coin is on here. So after the whole buzz and the hype surrounding Inauguration Day settles down and Trump's coin finds its corrective low, then just like I talked about in my previous videos, then I would expect the project to start making a recovery after this 60% pullback post launch. And so this is why you do not want to FOMO in when a market is up 10,000%. The people that make the most money are the early investors that buy in when something launches and beneath a $1 billion market cap. Now, what about these projects right here? Because all these made in America companies, like XRP is over $180 billion market cap. There's a massive myth out there about how XRP can't see that big of gains because the market cap is too large, when in reality, it doesn't take $181 billion in buy orders to move the market cap 2x. It would take significantly less than that. So anything's really possible in the crypto space when trillions of dollars flow in. But to set proper expectations for people that buy after something launched 24 hours ago, expecting it to do another 50 to 100x is unrealistic. For this to do another 2 to 10x, definitely possible, but you already missed the majority of gains that have been made over the past 24 to 48 hours. So we focus on the next opportunities. And for the last 17 years, crypto has been stuck in regulatory limbo. Major banks wouldn't touch it. Fortune 500 companies stayed away. Even crypto companies were afraid to launch tokens. And why? Because one agency stood in the way. That was the SEC. The mere threat of enforcement killed innovation, but everything just changed overnight.
If you take yet another step back, Eamon, and look at the rest of the world, they've answered this quite clearly. What virtually every other major economy has done is they've created a new asset class, which they call crypto assets, or sort of derivative of that. So the European Union, for example, very high standard, very sophisticated regulatory environment. They passed a piece of legislation called the Market in Crypto Assets Regulation, and they created a new asset class. The issue we have in the United States is that we have two different market regulators. You have the SEC and the CFTC, and their jurisdiction is defined by whether something is a commodity or a security. So ultimately, what we have in the U.S. is not a big philosophical question. We have a turf battle that ultimately Congress needs to resolve. And then on the use cases, the answer is pretty clear. On the internet, we all live our lives on the internet. The early stage of the internet, you could get on there and read content. The second stage, which we have now, you can read and write. But what you haven't been able to do is to transmit value. Crypto is the technology that allows you to transmit value. And that value can be concert tickets, it can be gaming points, it can be a security, or it can be the token itself in terms of how it allows you to navigate a particular protocol. And that is a commodity. So I think the answer is right in front of us. I don't think it's that complicated. And I think we should just be careful not to let turf disputes ultimately decide something that at this moment has huge geopolitical significance.
No question.
So when we talk about crypto turf battles, gang wars in the space, specifically within the political sector, Trump has been planning the biggest pro-crypto shift in U.S. history. An executive order making crypto a national priority, a crypto advisory council of industry insiders, a $20 billion national Bitcoin stockpile if they enact that, pausing all crypto litigation. It's a complete 180 degrees from the current regulatory environment and even from previous views when Trump was negative about crypto.
And Bloomberg has learned that President-elect Donald Trump is planning to release an executive order elevating crypto to a national policy priority. Still under discussion for inclusion in the order is a directive for all government agencies to review policies on digital assets and pause litigation involving crypto. The order could include the creation of a national Bitcoin stockpile. So, Tom, they've got a whole load of Bitcoin. The reason for it is they've basically taken it as part of investigations and judicial investigations. So they've got some Bitcoin.
They've got $20 billion of Bitcoin sitting in an account somewhere.
Surprised me a little bit. So they could make that into some sort of a national stock. But it's interesting that this is being pushed as hard as it is. It also seems slightly contradictory when you think about what is the other priority of this administration that Bessent was talking about yesterday, which is for the dollar to remain the preeminent reserve currency. In theory, you could argue that maybe Bitcoin is a threat to that. But it does seem as if the Trump administration, Trump himself, very much on board with the idea that the US should make progress here.
Gary Gensler is out, of course, so you'll have an SEC head who will be more favourable towards crypto. Coinbase, executives from other platforms have been donating to the inauguration fund. It all seems to be lining up for more supportive policy for crypto.
So think about what this means, guys. When the president himself launches a token, how can regulators claim crypto is too risky? When the government holds Bitcoin, how can they say it has no value? When litigation stops with lawsuits like the SEC versus Ripple or the SEC versus Coinbase or Binance or whoever they've been suing recently, what then holds companies back from going full force all out within the crypto sector? The floodgates are about to open.
On Monday during the inauguration in some form, that'd be seen as a positive. And then after that, we need to see some announcements. And that's when the risk comes in for me, because clearly there are a lot of other things that the new administration will be focused on, not just what I would like to see in the digital asset space. The industry has been waiting a long time to have an administration that looks to be supportive, right? So the last 4 years have been very tricky. The SEC has been much less constructive than the asset class probably had been hoping for. So the fact that we now have an administration that at worst is going to be neutral probably means more TradFi involvement, means more of that long-term money getting involved, and really a legitimization of the industry. So no great surprise that there's some parties going on this evening in Washington on the back of that.
So with a legitimization of the industry, bigger money is going to get involved. Remember when companies feared putting credit cards online, when CEOs thought the internet was a fad, when mobile apps were seen as just toys? We're at the same inflection point with crypto, but this time adoption will happen much faster this bull run cycle. And soon every major institution will need a token strategy. Universities tokenizing endowments, cities launching community coins, congressmen and congresswomen launching NFTs and other crypto projects to deliver some sort of value that they want. Fortune 500 companies creating reward tokens. The infrastructure is ready, the tech is proven, and all that was missing was regulatory clarity. So when CEOs of companies like BlackRock, Larry Fink, talks about how they will tokenize everything on chain, the market thinks that this is going to legitimize things like meme coins, but that's missing the forest through the trees. This legitimizes the entire concept of programmable value. When a president validates crypto, every investment bank has to take notice. Now, this is where the real programmable value is. Trump's meme coin had no value. It was just purely based on his name and the hype surrounding inauguration. So his brand and timing, right? The timing was impeccable to launch that, love it or hate it. Then he probably let a bunch of insiders know. That's why it rallied over $70 billion in a few days. So that would not be possible without big money moving money in. Where the real value lies is, number one, banks starting to offer token services to on-ramp and off-ramp customers to be able to earn some fees from that. Number two, companies exploring tokenized assets, whether they be through institutions like BlackRock, Bitwise, Van Eck, whether they're going to do ETPs or ETFs with a portion of their portfolio, like Michael Saylor, what he's been doing with Bitcoin. Companies are taking notice of that. So they're realizing like, shoot, we could have grown our whole company's net worth by 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, whatever, by purchasing some Bitcoin. Number three, VCs shifting focus to utility over speculation when they see how drastic the pumps and the dumps are for meme coins. Don't get me wrong, like the pumps are incredible. You see like 500%, 1,000%, 2,000%. But on the other side, during corrective periods when projects crash 50, 60, 70, 80%, that pisses a lot of people off. And they start to realize like, oh shoot, that volatility, it's fun, but it's also dangerous. So then they rotate that capital into long-term utility projects like XRP and other cryptocurrencies that have been around for over a decade rather than just 24 to 48 hours. So number four, institutional capital will flood the markets. But there's an even bigger shift happening behind the scenes. Because the crypto winter and the bear market didn't kill innovation, it forced the builders to focus on real utility. Now, in the short term, new investors and traders, they don't really care on utility. They care about the charts and which projects are going to go up and make the money on their leveraged trades or their spot positions in the short term. But in the long term, money gravitates to the projects that have real long-term utility that actually solve a problem. And those projects stay around long-term. For example, the reason why Meta or Facebook, is worth what it is today is because they solved a long-term communication problem that we have gone through as a species. Think about it. If you were to send a message to a king in another land or someone in another castle, how would you do that? You'd have to write something in a note and give it to someone on the back of a horse, and they'd have to go across the horse to the land and deliver that message to a king and Granted, the king didn't kill them for delivering the wrong type of news, and they wouldn't make it back in time. You wouldn't even know if they got the message, or you'd have to put it on a messenger pigeon or a messenger hawk. So what Facebook did was it connected the globe to solve the communication issue, where now you can send a message instead of sending it to a king, or another politician or something. You're sending it to a friend or family member across the globe that you might have not seen in years. And so that solved a massive communication barrier. And as you guys know, we are the species that communicates with each other the best. Like, dogs don't really have the same communication capabilities that we do. They just bark and grunt at each other. Gorillas, same thing. We are the only species that has been given the gift of communication to the highest degree. Now, there are species like dolphins or whatever that might communicate telepathically and all that stuff. So our species has been suppressed in terms of knowledge of what we're really capable of doing. But the point of what I'm making here is that companies that are solving real utility are going to prosper. And now with regulatory barriers falling, those projects are perfectly positioned to dominate. This isn't just good timing, it's the perfect storm. Big tech has wasted no time cozying up to the new presidential administration. A parade of technology CEOs have been visiting Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump. We got OpenAI's Sam Altman, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg. Meta also announced they would be ending their fact-checking program. And as you guys know, Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan and talked about how the Biden administration forced him to take down posts about what happened in 2020. So now that Trump's inner circle is full of technology power players, people like Elon Musk, a man who is so influential, he's earned the name Shadow President. You also have entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, who's going to co-lead the Department of Government Efficiency with Elon. Also, David Sachs, who's going to advise Trump on AI and crypto policies. Trump allied Peter Thiel, who was Silicon Valley alumni, ensuring that the tech world's fingerprints are everywhere. So we are in a technology revolution, guys. We're no longer in the industrial revolution. The industrial revolution is what completely changed automobiles, it changed gas, it changed electricity. So now communication is the major tipping point. We're in the attention economy. You saw what happened with the TikTok ban, and then, right after that, the TikTok ban gets lifted again. And so communication, when you can figure out where the attention is, where attention flows, energy goes, and money is energy. So that's where the money's going to move. So Trump's executive orders will stop the SEC's crackdown on crypto, force agencies to embrace innovation, give builders a seat at the table, create government demand for crypto. The implications for real tech and builders in the space are staggering. Think about it. Every company has been waiting on the sidelines. They will need crypto expertise. Every bank will need token infrastructure. Every brand will need a Web3 strategy. The opportunity isn't just in crypto, it's in building the bridge to traditional finance to onboard builders, learners, investors, you name it.
Think of this as a transition and a huge shift in technology that's going to take decades to play out, and I'm excited to be a part of that. Going back, when I used to walk down Main Street 20 years ago, none of those businesses used cell phones or internet in their business. Today, all businesses use cell phones and internet. Go back 10 years, no business used social media in their business. Today, all businesses use social media in their business some way, even if they're not intending to. People come into their store and do a review, take a picture, share it online. Our view is that 10 years from now, every business will use Web3 in their business. And whether that is for payments, whether it's for inventory, whether it's for customer service or community building or marketing, there will be an aspect of a decentralized model that will be helpful for them.
So that's why we have positioned our business by creating Altcoin Pro University to educate those that are getting onboarded into the space. So for example, when you click the link in the description below, or you can go to altcoinpro.com, click on Classroom right here. You guys are going to see Crypto Foundations to learn the basics of cryptocurrency and kickstart your journey if you're brand new. Also, the building blocks of Web3, the core principles behind decentralization in the Web3 revolution. You'll learn how to protect your assets with advanced crypto strategies, techniques, and methodologies to have self-custody over your crypto. The Web3 navigation blueprint will allow you to master the tools and techniques for effectively navigating the Web3 landscape. Then we have DeFi training, altcoin research methodologies, you name it. Look at all the stuff that's coming soon for you guys that we're working on behind the scenes. so you can know exactly what to look for, but even more importantly, arguably, what to look out for, because the winners won't necessarily be the meme coins long term. Sure, there are going to be these hype cycles, these boom and these busts with different meme coins, and we'll show you how to capitalize on those so you can, grow your profits and then rotate that into the long-term utility projects. But they will be projects that help traditional businesses adopt crypto, payment infrastructure, compliance tools, enterprise platforms, token standards. I couldn't agree more. I thought this was a great post from Kevin DeGods here on Twitter. We're witnessing the end of crypto's Wild West era.
I anticipate a strong year for all digital assets, so Bitcoin and everything else, but really the regulatory shift is more meaningfully positive for tokens outside of just Bitcoin. Because when you think about it, Bitcoin has very clearly benefited from having a more clear recognition for why it exists. That narrative, that story is very known to a lot of people. And frankly, the change in administration doesn't change that. Everyone still knows that there is more adoption, but the story hasn't changed. It's actually for everything else, altcoins, the tokens that represent the other serious, productive projects that actually much more changes with the potential passage of comprehensive regulation. And so that's where we're spending a lot of time and really leaning into. And I think you'll start to see that as the year progresses.
So just like Amazon.com wasn't just an internet company, they completely pioneered and shifted the way that e-commerce is done. Everything went from brick and mortar over to click and order. So the next wave won't be just crypto companies. There'll be regular businesses using tokens to raise capital more efficiently, build stronger communities, create real economic value, tokenize value, whether it be through real estate, e-commerce, you name it. The playbook is about to completely change for business. And every single brand out there, doesn't matter what business you're in, will need a token strategy. Every company will need crypto expertise. Every investor will need to understand tokenization. This isn't just about speculation anymore, guys. It's about the future of value transfer, the future of communication. The internet took 20 years to transform business. Mobile took 10 years. Crypto might take 5 years or even less, but the president just accelerated everything. So, are you ready to build the infrastructure for this new era? If so, join Altcoin Pro University right now. We have 1,200 members. We're going to have tens of thousands of members come in over the next few years. And it's only $97 a month. Pay as you go, no contract, no commitment. Guys, if you aren't happy for whatever reason, or if you don't get any results, plain and simple, then ask for a refund within your first 30 days. You get 100% of your money back. In worst case scenario, you'll learn something new. Best case scenario, what we teach actually benefits you and you get results, plain and simple. So get started right now. Click the link below. I know you're going to love it. Watch the 26-minute video. But for the rest of this video, I got some more important information to cover with you guys because Trump's World Liberty Fi just spent $20 million in USDC yesterday to buy 6,000 Ethereum at $3,300. And Eric Trump, his son, says, wait until you see what they do tomorrow. So I don't think it's just going to be a Bitcoin reserve that they're going to enact. I think they're going to start to accumulate virtually all of the top altcoins as well too, because we're seeing posts from exec like Brad Garlinghouse saying Fairshake is the most successful multi-candidate bipartisan super PAC in American history. Electing pro-crypto, pro-growth, and pro-innovation candidates is a no-brainer. And to continue that momentum, Ripple is contributing another $25 million to Fairshake. Onwards. Now, you can see Stuart Alderati as well too. He put onwards at the end of this. So I thought this was a good note from Not Financial Advice here, because as you guys know, the Bearable Guy account right here that's been cryptic posting riddles about XRP that is followed by CEO Brad Garlinghouse posted this 14 hours ago saying the bear is honored to be among you today. Onward and upward. So keyword today is onward. Now, if you don't know what this account is or what this even means, I made a video 6 days ago. It has 52,000 views. This is what people are really interested in because the word cryptography is uncovering basically riddles and code. So the whole industry is a riddle. Bitcoin is based on a riddle. Who created Bitcoin? A Riddler, Satoshi Nakamoto. So watch this video after this one too, talking about it's all part of the plan. This happened next. And it talks about price predictions for XRP going all the way upwards of $10,000 being decided by the IMF. You guys are going to love that video. But look at this. This just in. Trump picks Caroline Pham to serve as the acting CFTC chair. And look at, she's right here with Brad Garlinghouse, guys. This is all a game of insiders. Brad Chris met with Trump, and now, Brad's standing with her right here. I mean, come on now. This is ridiculous. XRP sitting at $3.10 right now. So the news, extremely bullish, but we need to ground ourselves in the charts too, because fundamental news sometimes is disconnected from technical, because the most bullish things could be happening from fundamental analysis, adoption, partnerships, people getting appointed that are part of Ripple's advisory board, that are working with the government as well too, but yet the chart doesn't reflect that. Well, it's because of a few key things here that we need to look at. For example, on the macro, the monthly chart, you guys can see the relative strength index is sitting at 84 right now. Anything over 70 generally on the macro is overbought. However, it doesn't mean that we've peaked out just yet, because as you can see back here on that rally up, when we were at 83 on the relative strength index, XRP's price was at 5 cents. And as you can see after that, it rallied to 39 cents, then inevitably $3. So it doesn't mean that the peak is in just because we're at 84. We could go much higher. Even looking at this stochastic RSI, we see that the K line is at 100, the D line is at 80. But back at this point, when XRP's price was around 5 cents, 1st of April, 2017, the monthly candle close shot XRP up even further than that. And also the D line went from 80 as well too, all the way upwards of 90. Then we saw a bearish cross happen much further. So realistically speaking, where I think we are on this market cycle on the macro is we're somewhere around here, because look at the candle close. It closed right at the previous high of December of 2013. And then after that, we rocketed up. Coincidentally enough, the candle right now on the monthly is exactly at the previous high, just like we were all the way back here when the candle body closed on the 1st of May of 2017. So could we see the next candle body close after that in February, over the next few weeks, post inauguration, rocket XRP upwards of $4 to $5? I think that is what's coming next. But I want to warn you though, because when that happens, we will go through another consolidation phase like this, and there will be a drop of 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe 60%, but much higher from where we're at right now. We go through a consolidation, then we see a blow off top, and then we see a bear market come. So you just have to be ready before that bear market hits. And if we look back here at more fundamental news, all of these new Ripple ads have been spotted, guys, in Washington, D.C., saying American leadership in crypto. This can't just be coincidental, right? They were intentionally placed here. So why is this happening all right now around Inauguration Day? It's because Ripple is getting ready for the mass adoption of Web3. And when we look at others, which is the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10, we are still below the all-time high. Look at what happened last time we passed through the all-time high for total, not total 3, but for others, basically everything outside of the top 10 in market cap. We exploded. We consolidated at it for a bit, but we were making higher highs and higher lows. And then we absolutely rocketed up from there, from $70 billion all the way upwards of $500 billion. So in my mind, it's not a question of, will we go higher? It's really how high will we go on this Fibonacci extension tool? Will we do a full extension? That would put us around $2 trillion roughly, give or take a few hundred billion here and there. Or will we go much higher than that? Or will we stop out short at just, $1 trillion for others? We will see. Time will tell. Either way, the most important thing that you can do while we consolidate here in this cup and handle formation below the previous all-time high is focus on making more money. For example, if you have a business or any business owners that process Visa or MasterCard transactions from 2005 to 2019, listen to this.
Hey bull runners, this is super time sensitive, especially if you're looking to stack more crypto before the bull run is over. Did you know that Visa and MasterCard lost a $5.5 billion class action lawsuit for imposing unfair fees on merchants and business owners? So if you own a business, or if you know any business owners that process payments with Visa or MasterCard between 2004 and 2019, that's 15 years, you could actually be owed a refund of 1 to 1.5% of your total revenue from that period. That's a lot of money. For example, this business that generated $1.6 million in credit card revenue during those years is getting back $28,000. This business that generated over $7 million is getting back $93,000. And this business that generated over $20 million during those years is getting back over $320,000. That's money they didn't even know was on the table. And all they did was fill out a form through the link below this video. It literally takes less than a minute to see if you qualify, but you don't want to wait too long because the deadline to file is February 4th 2025. So the sooner that you fill out the form below, the sooner that you can reclaim what's rightfully yours. Plus, if you don't have a business, you can actually earn 3% by referring businesses that do qualify by creating your affiliate account through the link below. So this is a no-brainer way to get money back in your pocket to use for your business, or if you want to use it for crypto or other assets to invest in, you can do that. So click the link below. Let's get you paid.
Now, also for those of you guys that have asked us about funding for your new or existing venture, we can help you get funding to scale your business, real estate portfolio, maybe crypto portfolio if you want, or other passive income opportunities with as low as 0% interest, no collateral required. So you can click the link in the description below, enter in how much funding you're looking to obtain. Now, reminder, this is only for people that are comfortable with taking on debt to be able to scale their portfolio, because they have opportunities that are lucrative enough to be able to make them more money than what that interest is on the debt after 12 months. Remember, it says as low as 0% interest for the first 12 months. So if you don't have anything that you think is going to drastically make you more money in the first 12 months, then do not do this, because this is for people who are serious about growing their portfolio. Like Robert Kiyosaki, he says, debt is a game that you either win at or you die. You know what I mean? So click which best describes you. I own a business, or I want to start a business. Even if you aren't starting a business and you're using it for like crypto or whatever you want, just click I want to start a business. What is the monthly income or business revenue? Enter that in here. Click next. Remember, applying will not impact your credit score, and responses from the team will be in less than 24 hours. Because if the crypto market takes longer to break out, that is incredible. You know, I want this thing to consolidate for as long as possible, because that gives me more time to accumulate as much, because when the markets finally do rip to the upside and we see the next breakout and consolidation happens for total 3 before a blow off top, you guys do not want to be buying all the way up at the peak, because if that's when you're buying in the market and that's when you're entering, then and the market goes down, then you're losing money from there during the bear market. You want to be accumulating while the markets are all the way down here. Obviously, you can't accumulate anymore down here, but that's when I was accumulating the most. So I'm still accumulating with as much money that I do have on the sidelines. I'm pretty overextended in the crypto market, investing the majority of my net worth, but that's because I see what's happening. I've been covering it every single day on the channel, and we're going to continue to provide you guys with value when you hit that subscribe button, you like these videos, and you share these with your friends, because our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees, because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month, or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses, just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree, if that's a goal of yours. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.